Well, today is October 20th. It's an all-time high for Bitcoin. And so here I am in my space helmet at the SFO airport, and I'm making new friends. And so, Stephen, thank you for jumping in with me so that I can say hello and get to know you and some of the things that you do for people in our community, the NFT community. You've been doing a lot of work as a very established and respected attorney. So can you please introduce yourself to me and tell me a bit about MGA and the work that you do for NFT folks?
Yeah, I'm happy to. Thanks for having me. Thanks so much for having me. My name's Steve Masur. I'm an attorney at MGA, which is a law firm that is in New York and Los Angeles. We are very excited about NFTs, about the blockchain space generally. We've built a team around it and have been really had a lot of fun working in this space.
When people come to you for advice and to bring you on retainer, things of that nature, do people come with questions around just legal matters? Do they come with questions around community? Do they come with questions around technology? What type of things are you fielding, and what type of things should people be reaching out to you about specifically?
It's very interesting. As the year has progressed, at the beginning of the year, we had to be somewhat ambassadors for the NFT space because people would often ask who didn't understand it. As the year has progressed, there's a lot of education has happened, and many more people understand the space and understand what NFTs are. So we get fewer questions in which we're asked to describe what NFTs are or why someone would want to look at art on their computer screen. These sorts of early questions, but we got a lot of those at the beginning, in particular from entertainers and people who owned art collections and photography collections who are trying to figure out how to get in the space. Especially in Los Angeles, people were sort of thinking, okay, this is the new way that we're going to make money. How does this work? And we got a lot of questions about exactly how it works then. Now the questions are much more legal based. We frequently are asked whether an NFT would be considered a security. We're asked how legally speaking rights payments would be made with regard to NFTs. And that is the blocking and tackling that we're working on now, is not only helping people with terms and conditions for how to onboard artists and others to NFT platforms, but also how rights payments and other copyright infringement issues are managed in the NFT space.
Are there certain types of things that you really think NFT executives need to seek counsel, legal counsel on? And are there other things that sometimes people will reach out to you, whether they're entertainers or they're an executive at a company, but somebody that has big decisions to make, they reach out and you think, you don't really need our help with that. That's not. So are there things that you think need less advice, less counsel, less likelihood of you trying to pursue a retainer with them, and certain things that you're like, every single A-list celebrity, every single artist with an 8-figure collection should be talking to us or one of our peers about X? Like, where are the things for your mind that should be focused and maybe shouldn't be?
Yeah, I have I think pretty ready answers to that. With regard to what people should be talking to us about, rights issues. It's a big problem in the NFT space, and it's a problem that I would say might not even have happened yet, in that NFTs have been put online and then sold. Many of these NFTs are minted from images where there's no copyright issue whatsoever. Larva Labs products with MeBits and with CryptoPunks, there's no copyright issues there. Those are new images. The NFTs that are made with AI, those are new images that have not previously had any money associated with them. But when we start talking about pre-existing art, pre-existing film clips, pre-existing music, what we have noticed is that people are minting these NFTs and putting them up and selling them and then putting the money in their pocket. And the problem with that is that with respect to these previously available items, or items that are made by people who are in contract with perhaps a record label or movie studio, there's a whole line of people who deserve rights payments under the law. And in many cases, those people are not being paid. So that's what people should be approaching us about. How do we manage these rights payments issues related to these NFTs that we've sold? Also, NFTs where it's not your typical NFT, but the smart contract underlying it has a more involved payment structure, or the trading in it might actually reach the point where it could be securities level trading. Whereas initially it didn't seem like it was a security, but now markets are being made, and there is a market in the trade of these things that would run afoul of the Howey test, in that it would the NFTs involved would be considered securities. That's another legal issue. And then just blocking and tackling legal issues, how to form your company, raising money for your company, exclusivity issues, all of the normal sort of legal issues that startups have, that we've been dealing with for many years as a technology law firm. And the questions that are not appropriate are really just commercial questions. Why doesn't the bank want to let me open a bank account? How much money should I be paying to the IRS? Questions that are accounting and not legal questions, questions that are business and commercial questions and not legal questions. I enjoy talking about them, but they're not really legal questions.
For most of the projects that you're looking toward in the NFT space, do you look toward being legal counsel on retainer, long-term partnership type of atmosphere? Or are you open to people coming in and just seeking your counsel, kind of one-time thing? They just want to get some advice. How should people think of you and MGA when they approach you from the perspective of wanting to?
That's a good question. People should use lawyers as they need to use lawyers. So there are some clients, of course, we would love to have a long-term relationship and help the client make a lot of money and make a lot of money with the client. Of course, we want that. However, I don't think that's the way it always. Sometimes you just need a lawyer this minute, and other times you need a long-term counsel and long-term guidance. So I think that people should really just use us as we're needed. And the way to think of MGA in particular is that we have focused on this space and we are knowledgeable about it. It's not just a form slinging practice like a lot of Silicon Valley firms that just do investment transactions and not much else. It's a much more sort of high touch firm in which you can actually ask us deeper questions, more involved questions about that are legal issues, but also business issues that become legal issues. For example, we've been approached by a larger company who wants to buy us, or is this a good offer? Is this a bad offer? Really more high touch questions. As a sort of high-end boutique firm, that's what we're good at.
Well, thank you so much, Stephen, for jumping in and informing our community. We like to keep these short, just makes it more shareable, a bit more engaging for those that are watching us live or that see the archive of this. Thank you for your attention. If you don't know me, my name is Ian Utile. I'm one of the co-producers of NFT.NYC. Stephen, we look forward to hearing you speak at the event. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of what we're doing. And thank you for serving those in the NFT community. And
thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited to do it, and I'm very excited to be at the event. Thank you.
Well, it's gonna be great to see you, and I'll see you in New York in about a week and a half.